Hi everyone. Let's start for the today's session. Okay. So I am basically uh, uh, hello everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you to our mobile app developer meetup session. Okay. I'm Anand Gaur, currently working as a tech lead at to TCS. I am having 8+ year of experience in the mobile app development. I have the opportunity to work with the top companies like Samsung and Tech Mahindra, and I have explored almost every major mobile technology stack from Android, iOS, Flutter, React Native, and Kotlin multi-platform. And I also new stack will be working on the mobile publisher uh, application. Okay, that will be Salesforce. I will lastly in the last of the session I will explain how to work on that. Okay, so but my core expertise lies in the Android development. I am also working in the Android framework on the previous organization on the Samsung. And today's session is not a just talk about the collaborative discussion and real world knowledge and sharing platform. And mostly important, that opportunity to learn and grow together. Okay. So today session agenda will be like key first will be discussion on the key challenges for the mobile developer in 2025, and second with the AI and app development real impact tools and use cases. Okay, and third will be the latest trends across platform Android, iOS, Flutter, and React Native and Campy will be new, and that will be also discuss on that. And fourth is a on the AI tools for the mobile app developer. And fifth is a which cross-platform tech should you learn in 2025. Okay, and sixth is a introduction to Android Automotive OS that will be growing in faster in the coming days. Okay, and seventh is the job search and preparation tips for interview in 2025. Okay, and last will be question answer discussion and real world experience sharing in you also and me also for some. Okay, so if will we have any question after session will be uh, I will explaining all the things after, then will be discuss and interact to all of you. Okay, everyone I will start to I will everyone requested to on the camera will be open, that will be interact with the all of you, that will be better understanding. This is a meetup session because we will not meet up in the physically, but will be on meetup on the uh, uh, virtually. Okay, that will be good for all of you and get together. Okay, and this is the session 4. Okay, will be monthly will be every month will be this type of session will be I will hosting. Okay, so today will be today's session is the most important because in the previous session we'll be not discussing this type of things. Okay, and okay, that will be important for all of you. You can learn something on this session and you exploring in your career and your interview and all of things we have learned for the mobile stack. Okay, so let start for the first discussion. What is the key challenges for the mobile developer in the in 2025. Okay, will be many key challenges for that. Okay, that will be discussing on that in the like mobile development is evolving faster in 2025. Mobile developer is not easy for some major challenges we will all are facing, like company want to have that work on Android, iOS, web, TV, and even our car system also. Like this type of application will be need all of the company will be required for like example like fitness app want to work on phones, smartwatch, Android Auto, even Alexa, and managing all this is a complex. Okay, and frequent tech update every few months, Android, iOS, or Flutter release updated, and we consistently have to learn new APIs, tools, and design patterns. Like company want to apps faster with the fewer bugs and better design, that will be create a pressure on developers. Okay, that will be key challenges for that, but I am uh, uh, I am also for the selling for few challenges for you. Okay, so you can discuss on briefly. Okay, first, like we have a platform engagement, is still a pain point of the developer, like in that mobile application development. And second is the need for continuous learning and upskillings. And third is the performance expectation are higher than ever. Fourth is the AI is a reshaping roles. And five is the security and privacy compliance are getting stricter. And six is the building for multiple skills and experiences. And seven is the frequent framework and library update. And last one is testing across environment is more complex. Okay, that will be discussed on that, and a key challenge for the mobile app developer. Like in the platform and fragmentation is still a pain point because they have Android versus iOS, multiple device types like foldable, tablet, smartwatch, in car system. This is a very hectic for that, and different OS version and custom UI, especially on Android. Like a developer created shopping app that work a perfect on Pixel and iPhones, but crashes on Xiaomi devices like with MIUI 3 due to custom permissions handling. This leads to negative review and extra debugging work. That will be painful for all the mobile app developer in that time. Like second is the like a need for continuous learning and upscaling. In the mobile app development, technology will be rapidly growing for that, day by day. And Jetpack Compose, Swift UI, Flutter, React Native, and Kotlin multi-platform will be, all the things will be updated regularly. And AI integration like on device, LLM model, ML kit, and core ML, that will be integrating in the mobile application. And new language like tool popping and regularly will be updated. Like a senior Android developer who never explored Jetpack Compose and is struggling to find the project or roles in startup that have migrated their entire UI stack, that they now need to invest uh, in the learning on that relevant skill. That will be in the upcoming days. Jetpack Compose is the like the very faster and that nowadays. Okay, and third is the performance expectation are higher than ever. Like a user expect like instant loading, smooth animations, offline support, battery efficiency. Like in that type of users will be higher ever will be expectation like that. In like in the real world example, like that a finance app that lags while loading graphs or sync to often get installed quickly. Like then even if you have a features or solid because user demand is speed and responsive, like easy to understand, easy to use the application, not complicated. That will be better for performance expectation. Okay, and fourth is the AI is a reshaping roles. Like in that, AI tools like GitHub, Copilot, ChatGPT, and on-device ML are making developer more productivity, but also changing the skills required, like prompt engineering, AI API integration, ethical use of AI in mobile apps. Like in junior iOS Android or developer uses GitHub Copilot to write most of their coded, but struggling to debugging when something breaks because they have not fully understand the logic behind the AI generated code. That will be very complicated for the junior. Okay, and fifth is the security and privacy compliance are getting stricter, like with rising data breach and regional law like GDPR, DPDR. Like this type of must will be uh, required for that all the country and all the worldwide. Like minimize data collection, so permission rotation clearly, store data securely, and like this type of things. Like example, like the a health tracking app gets removed from the Play Store because it collects the sensitive location and health data without user consent or encryption, and violating the Google new policy update. This type of will be things will be going on. Okay, and six is the building for multiple skin experiences like mobile, tablet, and wearables, and cars and TV. All user expected apps work seamless across. Okay, like a music streaming app that is not optimized for Android Auto. misses out the huge user bases. They want to handle free controlling while driving. That will be most challenging for the multiple screens and all of the things. Okay, and seventh is a frequently framework and library update, like libraries like retrofit, firebase, jetpack compose, and flutter package update for every month or every quarterly, like breaking changes, new pattern like migration from view based and UI to compose, in the React Native developer using the older version of the payment like library suddenly find that incompatible with the latest iOS SDK, breaking production builds until they refactor quickly. That type of frequently other challenges for that. And last one is the testing across environment is more complex, like with the so many devices, OS version and form factor, like QA is now time consuming, expensive and dependent on automation. This type of testing like challenges will be occur, like in like example an app passes all emulator test but crashes on the Samsung Galaxy Z and foldable 5 in dual screen mode. Like without physical device testing, these bugs are hard to catch it early. Okay, that will be challenges for the in the 2005 in that. Okay, is a in previously also with same challenges, but not resolving all things in measure in that currently. Okay, and and second is the AI app development and real impact tools uh, and use cases. Okay, that will be using for that on the nowadays. AI is now integral part of the mobile their workflow. Okay, will be all be using for the no long just buzzword is the core part of the modern app development. From the generating smart code, enabling personalized user experience, we all explore how AI is impacting mobile app workflows. Top tools being used and the real world use cases can apply in your project. Okay, that will be for the knowledge for that. Like we'll be discussing in that, AI is now an integral part of the mobile dev workflow. Like AI is not just about the adding chatbots or voice assistant. It now being helpful for the writing smart code, debugging faster, automating UI and UX testing, generating personalized user journey. That will be changes for that. And earlier AI was a backend only, now becoming a developer assistant, UI enhancer and user experience booster, all inside your mobile app code bases, like in using GitHub Copilot inside the Android Studio to auto complete complex Kotlin function and compose UI code save. This will be saved 30 to 40% development time. That will be impact for the AI in development in the mobile app development. Like in the recently in the WWDE in the announcements in the iOS also be chat GPT will be inbuilt in the shift in the Xcode. No, okay, that will be using for the all tools will be an upcoming days will be implemented AI. Okay, and like GitHub Copilot, Firebase, ML Google Gemini, or like this is the media pipe, real time facing tracking, gesture recognition. These type tools will be uh, uh, in the market will be using in the mobile app development, like in the example like an app like Google lenses used on the device ML to scan the real world object and provide the instant result even offline. This powered by tool like media pipe and used for the ML kit. That will be real example for that AI tools is. And third is the real world use cases in the AI in the mobile apps. Okay, real use cases in the mobile apps, like personalize the recommendation, like you can show the teller out the content based on user history, preferences and behavior. In you use for the TensorFlow, like Firebase prediction or open AI embedding. Like example like a recipe app so vegetarian dishes based on the previous choice and add a seasonable sequence. This type of application will be you can develop on the based on AI. And second is the smart images and text recognition, like detect the objects, extract the text, identify the faces, or recognize the handwriting. This type of uh, you can generating for this type of AI mobile application, like using the Firebase ML Kit, Google ML APIs, and Media Pipe. Like example in this application, like the is scanning app convert to or physical receipt into the text and auto files expense form. This is the uh, application suggestion for you, or you can for generating through the AI. Like in the third is the voice assistant and AI chatbots, like integrate voice based command or in app AI chat for helping learning and automotive, like OpenAI API, Google Assistant SDK, Whisper for the transcription. And this type of you create the application like a learning app with the built ask doubts chatbot powered by GPT that answer question from the course content. That will be application used for the AI. Like fourth is the AI based code generation and bug fixing. AI can now auto suggest API, fix code, or help build UI components, like using GitHub Copilot, Tab9, and Codesters. Like while working on the Jetpack Compose, AI suggests the correct modifiers and UI elements based on your previous pattern. That will be used for that. Okay, and next one is the real-time translation and accessibility. Like you can generate the application like add a speech to text, text to speech, or longest translation for the global application like Whisper API and Google Translate API and FireSML. Like you can create the application for the table app that listen to user in Hindi and reply in the English or Spanish in the real time. That will be generating for that. Okay, and last one is the emotional and sentimental analysis. Okay, you can this type of application we have generate for that for the AI, like detect the user mood through text inputs or voice tone or personalized UI accordingly, like Hugging Faces and Amazon comprehended use tools for use for that, like like a journaling app giving for the positive quotes. It detect the sadness in the user journal entry. Okay, that will be using for that. Okay, and last one is the common challenges with the AI mobile application. Like in the mobile application will be challenges for the AI challenges like that on device performance, like a models can be heavy. Okay, and second is the battery drain from the continuous background processing. That will be challenges for the AI in the mobile application. And third is the privacy concern, like user data handling permissions. That will be also be uh, challenges for the common challenges. And and also be latency in AI API server response time. That will be some challenges for the in that AI in the mobile application, but not a big challenges. It's the minor challenges for that. You can generating that type of application in the your life. That will be much faster learn for the AI in the mobile app development. Like example, like shopping application recommended the product based on your behavior, like Amazon, like that Amazon like currently working on that also be. And AI inside photo apps remove background automatically, like Canva, like travel apps suggest a hotel using your past search. That type of using for you can use for that. Okay, and then third is the latest trends across platform, like Android, iOS, Flutter, and React Native and KMP. That will be what will be new on that challenges, like the Android. Android will be the compose first and AI enhancement automotive ready for that nowadays. Like okay, uh, like in the Android like kit, like we have a use for the Jetpack composing now the default UI toolkit. And even official samples and tutorial are composed first. That will be generating the new project in the Android studio. They have a by default will be using the Jetpack compose. Like you use the Android in the Android AI APIs like Gemini API on device ML with the ML kit and private AI model integration. Like and Gemini is the integrated in the Android studio. Like in the Android Automotive OS is gaining tracking for in-car app development. Like in Android, like a modular architecture becoming the is the most like clean architecture MBI pattern. and watch where it's watch also be the compose multi-platform for text and web to and wide studio AI powered tools like Gemini inside IDEI. Like you can use in the Android in the what is the tense on the Android application. In the iOS also be the same. Like iOS Swift UI first version Pro ecosystem on device intelligence. Like Swift UI is the standard for new application like UI kit is still used for legacy. Apple intelligence like will offer the smart summarization app action and improvable personalized and Vision Pro like spatial computing like new dimension for impressive app interfaces like that type of will be coming in the iOS like Apple improving AI based health features like Swift UI is the version Pro application integration the CD shortcuts on device LLM model that will be new on the iOS. Okay, and third is the Flutter. And the Flutter also be like Flutter 3.22 plus release a stable version in the market. Implayer renderer and desktop push like will be announcing for that. Like Implayer renderer is the default, better performance, fewer junk issues. Like Flutter Wave is a maturing, good for internal dashboard and CMS tools like Material 3 like they use for the platform native look like a feel and growing use a river pod 3 and flutter block and flutter AI package will be using for that and Google focusing on performance and reducing app size in the flutter apk that will be for that working on that and also we full stack flutter with the dart fox the use for the flutter development in the future like also we using if you have working on the flutter they using the backend and front end to develop the application and use for in the flutter firebase fire flutter plus firebase plus AI API for the open AI and Gemini. Okay, that will be trains on the Flutter. And fourth is the React Native. Like React Native announced for the new architecture Expo and AI integration, like React Native new architecture Fabric and Turbo models now stable and production ready. And Expo SDK 50 plus has made integrated integration and deployment faster and seamless integration with the LLM and growing use for the type scheme escaped and React query and turbo models like faster native code integration and also we like React Native is Kia for the custom UI and like AI chat summarization image generating by APIs like we are using the React Native. Okay, and last one is the Kotlin multi-platform. Kotlin multi-platform is the new and stable in the industry ready that will be big big things in the upcoming days in the all the mobile app develop all the Android developer we have a working campaign obviously stable as the like in that and shared business logic networking caching domain layer across Android iOS and web desktop and strong support for the Ktor and SQL delight and multi-platform coroutines and compose multi-platform and companies like Netflix and VMware and McDonald's exploring campaign like this type user and can Netflix also use for the campaign the application like that and compose platform AI shared across platform like that. Okay, that will be in the use. Okay, and the next one is the like which AI tools for the mobile app developers will be using in the daily life like in that okay, AI is just not about chatbots, it's becoming a teammate like discover the AI powered tools that can help you write the code faster, design smarter UI, automate testing, personalize user behavior, and make data driven discussion through your mobile developer journey. That will be your impacting for that. Okay, and like first we have it like have a in 2025 like in AI is your co-pilot for the design code and testing personalize your growth. AI is just like okay, AI is just not about the building chatbots. It's about building better developer like let's break this into the 5K category, so you can see how AI can assist at every stage of your mobile app journey. First is the AI for writing the code and debugging. These tools will help the write refactor and optimize your code base integrity. Like top tools you using the GitHub Copilot, the 𝗏𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 Kotlin, Start, JavaScript code, especially great with the Jetpack Compose and Flutter. Okay, they use the Tab 9, lightweight and AI completion for the fast mobile snaps. Okay, they use for that. And Chat GPT also all are known for that. Conversation all AI for OpenAI writing code, learning and problem solving. Gemini, Google AI assistant for the generating content and answering question and coding help. Okay, and DeepSeek AI model focus on the code generation and completion for the developer. Cloudy like Anthropic and AI assistant designed for helpful, honest and safe conversion. Perplexity AI is the most powerful for that AI powered answer engine that cities source and provides real time wave search engine is response. Like if you have a search anything on the uh, in the perplexity AI, that will be also be shared the reference where is the this topic will be here, where will be putting on the internet. They also be provide the source and also be provide the summarize on all the things you can use for that is a very good for all the developers in the perplexity AI. Like you write like in the AI you use for the real world use cases for the you writing the lazy column in the Jetpack Compose, GitHub Copilot auto suggest the complete loop item composable and modifier setup, cutting your coding time in half. Like that type of these top tools you have using that will be much your code is faster and much your productivity. Okay, and second is the like AI for UI and UX design prototyping. Like that, UI and UX is also important for the mobile app developer. These tools help generate a smart layout and convert sketches into UI or ensure accessibility. And like UI Ijard turns hand-drawn sketch into UI mockups. You have any you have any requirement for you can draw the pen and papers and you can uploading that photo in the UI jar, they will be you will be generating UI mockups that also. Okay, and like the second is the Galileo AI that will be help for the convert text prompt into design ready skills. And third is a visually no design skills needed tool to create the beautiful UI wireframes and with the AI assistant. Like uh, next is a UX pilot. The AI-driven UX writing the improvement assistant to enhance user interface text. Okay, and last is one is the Proto AI.io platform to create the interactive and high fidelity app prototyping without writing code. That will be this UI used for the UI and UX design for the prototyping. like like you have a describe your app scheme in the text like a form with user details and submit button. Then Galileo AI generated a Figma ready UI scheme that you can be export into Flutter or Compose code or iOS that will be using for that. Okay, that AI will be help for the UI and UX design prototyping. And third one is a UI for app testing and quality assurance. That will be help for you speed up test writing, bug detection, performance monitoring, and with the AI assistant like mm, uh, test gamma is the use for the tools for no code AI test automated for the Android, iOS, and web application. Deep blue cover also we use for the AI generated unit test cases for Kotlin, Java code bases, then all things. And third is the testing AI powered test automation for the mobile and web apps with the self healing test cases like they uses stand in that will be use cases for the instead for the manually writing test cases. Like you use these tools write the unit test cases your view model function in Android and MBM architecture, then saving the your time and hours main. Okay, that will be Well, and fourth one is the AI for the personalization and smart user behavior. And that will be like add features like recommendation, personalization and dynamic content and engagement. They tools will be using for that, like Firebase ML kit on device image labeling, face detection, translation, that will be used. OpenAI chat, GPT API, create chat summarization suggestion, Google Gemini API, smart question answer chat search with the app, Amazon personalize the product content recommendation, that will be used for that. Okay, that tools will be used for the AI personalization. And last one is the AI for the analytics and growth and decision making. That tool will be used for the use AI to analyze your user data, predict behavior and guide for the product decision. Like top tools used for the Firebase prediction, like predict if user will what will be used for then make a purchase and that type of thing. And third is second is the amplitude AI, behavior analyzing automated funnels and churn prevention. Okay, and last one is the max panel signal. That will be AI insight for the conversion and retention optimize. That tools will be using for the your growth for the decision making analytics. Like you have noticed the 30% of drop, like use cases in that tools use cases, like you use the 30% of drop in the day two engagement. Firebase prediction alert you and suggest showing a reward pop-ups for users likely to uninstall the application. That will be your application will be engaging in analytics for that. Okay, next one is the which cross platform tech should you learn. Most of the developer in the mobile application developer will be confusing. Okay, then choosing between the Flutter, React Native and or Kotlin multi-platform can be confusing. We will help you understand the strength, limitation and idea use cases for the each, so you can choose the right technology for your career startup project or startup project in 2025. Most of the mobile app developer will be confusing for that, which will be choose Flutter, React Native, mm, or Kotlin multi-platform. If you have your experience in like Fraser, Android developer, iOS developer, Flutter and React Native developers, like what is the future stance, what the real world example, like these things will be using for that. I will suggesting for you for the some what is the cross platform development. First, what is the cross platform development? That cross platform means write the ones run on both Android iOS and save time, reduce cost and up speeds up in app development, like using for the in the and that will be comparing for the Flutter and React Native for the Kotlin multi-platform. Okay, that will be help for you, like in the UI performance in the Dart high, like custom rendering via Skia and JavaScript, like using the language the JavaScript, TypeScript, the React Native, and Flutter used for the Dart and Kotlin multi-platform by using Kotlin. Okay, and UI performance like Flutter in the high and React Native code and very high in the Kotlin multi-platform very high, like use the native coded and code sharing 9 to 95% in the Flutter, like 85 to 90%, 60 to 80% logic only, and you want to UI native. Native feel like very close in the Flutter, and React Native for the good and best for the Kotlin. Okay, community is the big and growing in the Flutter, and React Native is the mature and huge, and Kotlin multi-platform nowadays is small but rapidly growing in the Android world. Okay, and backend sharing limited in the Flutter and React Native, and Kotlin multi-platform excellent for the KMP shared logic with the web desktop too. Okay, learning curve, like in Flutter is the easy and React Native also easy, and KMP for the moderate because we have required the Kotlin required. If you have an Android developer, then you using the Jetpack. This is a very easy for that. Okay, and company using the like Flutter, BMW, Google Pay, Dream 11, they use the all application with the Flutter, and React Native they use the Facebook, Instagram and Flipkart use the React Native, and Kotlin multi-platform like using the Netflix, VMware and McDonald's. They using the KMP nowadays. Okay, uh, main things will be, what will be choosing for that. If you are a fresher, like beginner in mobile app development, should you learn native or cross platform? Like that question will be asking many updates. Like start with the cross platform. If you want to cube job opportunity, like if you have a cube job opportunity in the mobile app development, you want to build Android plus iOS application with the one code base. You want to work at as a startups or on the company, so you start with the Flutter. It's easy to learn, fast growing, and great for making beautiful UI quickly. Like you can example like the you can create the application to the application the Flutter and publish in the both Android iOS using the same code base. If you are using the Flutter, if you are fresher and choose the mobile app development, then Flutter will be good for the beginner. If you are an experienced Android developer, and what should you learn in the cross platform? Like you use the learn the Kotlin multi-platform nowadays. In the future will be very good for that. You already know Kotlin. You can reuse view models, use cases, and networking logic in the Android, and then you can get a strong backend for the business logic sharing, like they use for the KMP. But if you are if you are experienced in the iOS developer, so what should you learn? You learn for the Flutter or KMP. Like Flutter, you if you want to do full stack mobile in one code base, so using the build an Android plus iOS application, use the Flutter. And also be used for the you learn for the KMP, because some similar coded for the Swift and Kotlin will be similar. Some syntax they use for the KMP also you try to learn. That is the good for that. KMP is your company, like Kotlin Android is a heavy on needs shared logic across platform. That also be if you are already working on the React Native, what is the next? Learn KMP or Flutter? Like learn KMP if you want to better performance and more Android friendly logic reuse. That will be for that. Okay, and learn for the Flutter if you want to more customizable UI and Dart basis based clean development. They use for the KMP or Flutter. Like you, if your React Native apps is logging on animations, they but Flutter will be give better control, or Campy will be keep on native UI but improve the performance. That will be big for you. For that you move to the Campy or Flutter. If you're already working on the Flutter, what will you choose for that? You use for the learn KMP, especially if you are working on the large teams and enterprise application. They using the KMP help on companies wanting the keep native UI but shared business logic. Like Flutter is the great for the MVP, but product scales teams may be shift to KMP for native control and shared logic. If you are Android developer, choosing between Flutter and React Native and Campy, then you use for the Flutter fast and UI dev large in job market in the and works well in the startups and great community. And React Native easy if you have to JavaScript knowledge, TypeScript knowledge, so good for quick startup and MVPs. If you have a Kotlin multi-platform, best for scaling apps using the code across Android, iOS, and long-term project. That will be good for you. Okay, and and what is the compare between who is the win of the uh, in like Flutter and Campy versus React Native. Like, what is the use case and the factor? Fast MVP is the best for the Flutter, React Native in the good, and Campy will be slower. And long-term architecture, like best from the Flutter, React Native is the good, and best for the Campy. Native control, best for the Flutter, and React Native is the good, and Campy is the best. Big project scaling is the Flutter is the best, and React Native is the good, and Campy is the best. And freelancing and startup best for that, and good for good and less used for the camping. And nowadays reusing the backend logic best for the Flutter and good, and camping also be best. And future proof best in the Flutter and good for the native and camping, yes also. Okay, for that. Okay, and future of cross platform, like you are using for that. Okay, And next one is the Android introduction for the Android automotive OS. Okay, nowadays Androids are moving beyond the phone and into vehicles and learn about the Android automotive OS, its unique ecosystem, tools for the development, and how to mobile developers can tap on the growing automotive tech space. Like Android automotive is the nowadays the faster growing. Okay, like what is the Android automotive OS? Firstly, we have know for the what is Android automotive OS. Many have a confusing for the Android auto and automotive OS. I will explain some things. Like Android automotive OS is a full-fledged Android operating system built directly into your vehicles, unlike Android Auto. And Android Auto is the which mirrors your phone in the your screen in the vehicles. And automotive OS is the install on the car hardware and power in vehicle system like navigations, media and radio, climate control, vehicle settings, voice command, third party apps, Spotify and Audible you will be used. Okay, for that. And cars for the brand like Volvo, Polestar, GM, Renault, Honda, and BMW are now shipping with the Android automotive built in it, like running on Android tablet on your car dashboard. Okay, that will be how different from the Android Auto for the Android automotive OS. Okay, like in the Android Auto, you run from your phone. Yes, they have a mirror the division, but in that automotive OS they have not run your mirror your phone. Okay, require phone cable in the, yes, the Bluetooth in the Android Auto, but no built into car like that. Car can control the car features in the Android Auto. You cannot control in the Android automotive. Yes, yes, you can control for all the things. And developer access like apps via Play Store. You can use the car tag and with the specific UI restriction for the using the Android automotive. Like if you have using the development tool for the framework. Okay, that will be Android developer. If you already have Android developer, you already 60 to 70% there. You work on the Android Studio, Jetpack library, car app library for the media messaging, navigation apps, and template for the media navigation, AOS emulator for the testing application, vehicles hardware abstraction layer for the OEM level integration. 12 will that will be learn. For that we have removed the Android automotive OS. Okay, like which type of application will be developed in the Android automotive, like media apps, navigation apps, messaging apps, OEM apps, and custom apps. Like they can be used for the in the Android automotive. Like if you have using the career, how to get in the Android automotive OS. If you are have an experienced Android developer having 3 plus of year experience, then if you have if have work on the Android for a year but never in automotive OS, but most companies reject your CV due to the automotive experience. Here how to you should do, but like start learning automotive specific skills. Okay, you can focus on the car app library, automotive specific UI and UX, and Android automotive emulator setup, car media app. They can be used. Build one sample application, like create a media app for the navigation app for iOS. Test in the iOS emulator and push it the GitHub with the and GitHub to that will be mentioned on your resume to build in media app using the Android automotive. That will be helpful for you shortlisting in the automotive company. And mention automotive term in your resume, like companies often use the ATS application tracking for the filter, like Android automotive OS, car app library. They can use applied for the tier 2 automotive supplier like Bosch, KPIT, Tata, Alexi, Harman, Lexoft, Volvo. That will be using for will be hiring for that. Okay, and prepare for the interviews like AOS interview after you in Android core concept, activity, service media session, architecture, MBBM, live data dependency injection, AOS topics, car app library, distraction rules, UI design for the car environment. This will be used for you can prepare for that. Okay, if you have a facer, then company did not hire facer for the automotive role. You entry level job on rare because car safely higher standards. that will be also, but you can prepare for the building a strong Android foundation first, like Jetpack Compose, MBBM, Live Data, Room, Retrofit, that will be used. After 6 to 12 months, learn iOS on the side. After that will be learn that you can apply for that company. Okay, in the future iOS is backed by Google. Okay. Like they have a growing demand in the vehicles apps for the IVI engineers. Okay. Next one is the very important for that, like the job search and preparation tips for the 2025. Landing a job 2025 requires more than just coding skills. We will cover how to build a strong portfolio and stand out the LinkedIn, prepare for the interview, keep up the trends, and boost your chances for competitive market. Okay. uh, and landing a job today is not just about skills, it's about strategy. That will be how to apply smartly, how to prepare regularly, how to deal with the ghost hiring, tips for the fresher and experienced develop, for resume optimization, mock interview for the benefit that will be help for you in the job preparation if you apply regularly, not occasionally. Okay, if you have a actively job hunting, you should apply it to job daily, not just a week. Don't wait for the perfect job post. Keep applying across domains. Important for that. Don't apply only on your preference cities like location. You apply pan India to increase your interview chances, like that. Okay. Example like that. If even if you are in Delhi, and company in the Pune calls you for the interview, take it treat like an interview practice. Even if you are not planning to relocate, but you have a preparation for the interview practice. This is a more interview the more interview attend, the stronger your preparation becomes. And second is the like mock interview or game changes. Okay. uh, okay mock interview is the game changes for that most of people skip mock interview, but they why you should it. In real interview you don't get feedback. In mock interview you get detailed feedback, where you're weak, where you improve, how to explain better, how to handle scenario based question. The more mock interview you give the closure, you get cracking the real ones. Okay. And third is the make a question bank for interview. After every interview, write down all the question asked, highlight the ones you answer poorly, revisit the prepare those answer deeply. After 10-15 interview, you will be notice repeated question. You will be know how what type of question are asked for your experience level. These repeated question become your interview gold mine. Okay. And fourth, next one is the hello. Uh, Next one is the ghost hiring. uh, is the real, and don't be discouraged. What is the ghost hiring? Ghost hiring, the company post job, conduct interview, but don't release offer letter.
Sir, are you hiding?
Say hiring is on hold or position filled internally. This will be ghost hiring. Okay, at least 40 to 50% job post in mobile development are ghost hiring. So if you are applied to 50 job, only 5 to 10 response. This is normal, not your fault. Stay consistent and keep applying. Okay, don't use the same resume for every job. Each company want to something different. Always read the job description first, then match keyword from the JD and your resume. Adjust your skills section, project section, and responsibility according. That will be because why? Because company use ATS tools to filter resume based on job keywords. Example like that, if your company needs someone with e-commerce or food delivery apps experience, and your CV mentioned that clearly, you more likely to get shortlisted. Okay. And six is the like resume optimization tips. Use simple formatting, include keyword for the JD, add project tags, and mention text clearly, and git and also be GitHub and portfolio links. And and next, like prepare your project in the details. Like most of the interviewer ask question about your real project experience. You must ready for the architecture used for the MBBM, MBI, and clean architecture. Why use a specific tag, how you handle errors and API UI states. any real world challenges, how you solve it. Prepare for both technical and scenario based question in your project. And last one is how to answer when you don't know the answer in the interview. If you are asked question you don't know, don't say I don't know. Okay, instead say I have work on this area, and so I don't have much experience with the, but if you have get a chances in, I am confident I can learn implement in the effectively. This so you honestly willingness to learn and positive attitude that will be help for that. Okay, so you have a I'm completing in the session for that. And last one is the question answer session for real world experience sharing. If anyone have that any question for your side, then will be asked for that. uh, Please ask your question. Okay, uh, that yeah, raise your hand. Okay, you raise your hand if any question will have. uh, Hello Bharat. Hello Bharat, your voice is not audible. Hello Harpreet.
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to thank you for this great session. I get to know about lots of technologies and lots of new things. And sir, my question is, I'm just a fresher and recently graduated, and I don't have any internship experience. So, what should I do to get internship or an entry level job in Android development? And I'm trying more than 6 months and still not getting any job. And so,
First, you have to learn for the basic things, okay, and you can create the demo project for that. If any have ideas like
so
you Uber and food delivery and trending application, you have to create the open source project like that. Okay, that will be mentioned on the GitHub, also in the your resume. Okay, that will be help for the hiring process, and you can apply for the continuously for the 0 to 1 year experience also we apply. Okay, because
sir,
many.
yes, sir, yes, sir. But sir, I have made an app from the scratch without, you know, without taking another core. I have developed it from the scratch, from my mind, and I have developed some other apps like food delivery apps and such things. But I'm still not getting any job interview call and anything like that.
Yes, but you can apply. I am explaining the session. You can apply in the job description. First, we have checked the job description and we have teller out for the tax, and you can apply. Okay. We also mention like you have a working on if you have any have a mail for that. Okay. You
Mhm.
have any HR will be mail. You can mention that project link. All the things will be mentioned. All that very well structured way and follow up regularly for the HR. Okay, and if you have a opportunity for that, will be helpful for your that job interview. Okay,
Yes,
job.
sir. But sir, HR usually ghosted. Like they don't reply if I call them. If I, for to follow up, they don't reply. They don't answer your call.
Yes,
This,
but in some time, like in nowadays, Facer will be struggling for that. Okay, because
Mhm.
for the AI will be coming, and many AI agent will be on the market. Then if you have a trained for the fresher and all the things will, the AI will be work on the fresher, okay, very easily on nowadays. And also be for the in the job market, AI is a like growing further in that, okay, faster, like have a most of the company will be git using the GitHub Copilot. For that we have a hire for the experienced developer, and they can be generate the code for the AI, and what is the using for that, okay. And that will be struggling for the nowadays, but you can apply regularly, and all the things they can be find the job, not a big problem for that, but you can find the job, okay. You can work on the design pattern and data structure also. For your coding skills will be uh, quality of the code, okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
Okay. Hi Bharat. Hi
Hi,
Bharat.
Anand.
Hi, your voice is very
So, Anand, I have a query like
Yes.
during the interview preparation,
you have a very,
how to
okay, okay.
be strong in like how can prepare in data structures and native and hybrid in this skills to how can strong during the interview.
Like
Actually,
in the
I'm like, yeah.
like in the if you have applying, you have learned the data structure, you have a continuous learning the data structure, because
Mm-hmm.
have a learn the data structure, not for the you can learn regularly for the, you have a practice for the lead code, and for the that will be practice for the basic question start for everyone. After you have a 6 month, uh, 8 month will be have a prepare regularly, then will be good for your skills and will be improving for that. You can learn for that, okay. First we have a
Okay, okay.
that will be okay. I also be
Yeah.
sharing one blog link. I am also ready, I have made for blog for that already in the my medium link.
Mhm.
I will share for you, okay.
And may I know, Anand, what the kind of asking questions regarding the CI and CD integrations like CodeMagic and AWS? They are many facing challenges to deploy the builds for the applications.
Like CI/CD is the like and CI/CD is the like pipelines that will be implementing the generating the
Hmm.
platform, okay. That will be help for
Hmm.
that. CI/CD is not learned. You can set up that your code in the Android Studio, or in the I like in the all the platform that will be using the mobile stack. We can be set up. They will automatically will run on that pipelines will be generating.
But there I have facing some challenges like library updation during the made build in the CI and CD pipeline. So we have facing a lot of challenges to make build failed. So how can like we can save this side to like first we can write the preconditions and post conditions to ensure the prepared build as a successfully in the CI and CD.
You can set up that code, set up the CI/CD, and that will be you learn for that also. I am making the blog for the CI/CD, okay, already.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
I'm sharing for that. You help for that, how to set up and how the CI/CD work on that, okay.
Mhm. Okay, sure. I'm waiting.
Okay, next one.